Happy morning, children. I feel happy to see you all in this morning. Yes? Have you all had your breakfast? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, children. So, do your works regularly. That is the first point to say. And then one more important thing is try to take notes. That is, try to take hints while teaching. Just have this habit. It will be very useful for you in the future. So try to take notes. I am telling you again and again. Have a separate note for it, okay? So otherwise you can use your science classwork itself. You can use your science classwork itself for taking hints of important points while teaching. Okay, shall we go? Yes. So what is the lesson which we are seeing now? What is it? Louder. Yeah, very good. What is that? Heat. H-E-A T. Yes or no? What is the lesson which we are seeing now? Heat. So what is the main source of heat? Very good. Sunlight. Sunlight is the main source of heat and light. Shall we go to the lesson? Yeah. So what are all the content which we had covered already? We had seen introduction about heat and cold, measuring temperature, and then types of thermometer also. And then now already in the last class we had seen transfer of heat. Yes. So I will be recalling once about this transfer of heat. There are still more points to say, and then we will complete it today by seeing land breeze and sea breeze, and then kinds of clothes which we wear in summer and then winter. Shall we go into the class? Okay, good. So what is it? Now we are going to have a recap of what we had seen in the last session. So try to answer me, okay? So what are the types of thermometer? Tell me fast. What is the first one? Very good. Clinical. Second one? What is the second one? Yes, digital. And then now what is the next one? Laboratory. And the last one is maximum minimum thermometer. Okay, tell me for what this clinical thermometer is used. Why clinical thermometer is used? Yes, for measuring body temperature. And then digital is also used for measuring body temperature. And then laboratory is used in the labs for measuring temperature of different substances. And then maximum minimum is used for finding the maximum and minimum temperature of the day. Okay. So next thing we had seen already how to take readings in the thermometer. Yes or no? Clinical thermometer and laboratory thermometer. So 10 division is equal to, in that one division, if it has 10 division, one division is equal to how many degree? Yes, 1 degree, 0.1 degree Celsius. If it has 5 divisions, so 1 division is equal to how many degree? Very good, 2.2 degree Celsius. And we have seen why king is used. King prevents the automatic fall of mercury level. Okay. And then we had seen laboratory thermometer also. What are all the precautions that are to be taken while using clinical and laboratory thermometer? Up to this we have completed. And then one more topic we have covered. What is that? Heat transfer. What is mean by heat transfer, children? Yes, what is mean by heat transfer? Yes. Yeah, very good. Transfer of heat from the warmer, that is a hot object, to the cold object is called as heat transfer. So what is the first type? Conduction. And then what is the second type which we had seen? Convection. And the third one is, very good, radiation. Conduction, convection, and then radiation. Okay. So see here is a diagram given to represent these three processes. So conduction takes place. When does the conduction takes place? Through which medium? Very good. Conduction takes place in solid medium. Okay. Conduction takes place in solid medium, and then it takes place through direct contact. Through direct contact. If you are touching some hot objects, we feel the heat, and then suddenly we take the hand away from that place. Yes or no? So conduction takes place in solid medium, in solid substances, and then it takes place through direct contact. And coming to the next, convection. What is that? Convection. So, what is the example for convection? Boiling water. Very good. So, boiling water is an example of convection. So, in convection, what happens? The lower part gets heated first. The lower part gets heated first, and then the top water remains cold. So, what happens? The water which is there in the bottom gets heated. The density reduces. But at the top, what is there? That cold water has higher density than the hot water. Listen, hot water has lower density, cold water has higher density. So, due to this density difference, the cold water comes down and then the hot water goes up. This process is called as convection. And then what is a medium where convection takes place? Yes, very good. Convection takes place in gases and then liquids. Conduction takes place in gases and liquids. See, this blue color denotes the density, that is the water molecules of cold water, and this red color is warm water. So, it comes down, it goes up, and it is a continuous process. Okay. So, and the water again, what happens after it? It boils. And then what is the next thing? Radiation. So, what is the best example I said you for radiation? Yes, the sunlight reaching us, the rays from the sun reaching us. So, it does not require any medium. So, for the process of radiation, it does not require any medium. It takes place in empty space. It takes place in empty space. Up to this we had seen. Yes or no? And radiation also takes place in other materials also, not only in empty spaces, it takes place in gases also. Okay. Shall we go to the next one? Yes. What is the difference between conduction, convection and then radiation? Shall we go? So, see here, what are the types of heat transfer? Conduction, convection and then radiation. So, what is the medium here? Solid. In convection, liquid or gases. Liquids and gases are together called as fluids. Very good. So, radiation, it does not require any medium. So, how here the heat is transferred? I said you here arrangement of atoms. Yes or no? So, in solids, the atoms are tightly packed. So, the heat transfer from one particle to the other particle. Here, the heat is transferred by the flowing of the particle. The materials flow here and there. But in conduction, the particles remain stable at one place. Here, the particles do not flow. They do not move here and there. The particles are fixed, but the heat only transferred from one particle to the another particle. But whereas in the case of convection, the particles move. The particles are not fixed, they move. And radiation, here also the heat is transferred in the form of waves. I said you electromagnetic waves. What is an electromagnetic waves? The waves which has both electric field and magnetic field. The waves which has both electric field and magnetic field in it are called as electromagnetic waves. So, what is the best example? UV rays, ultraviolet rays. Okay. So, whether conduction takes place in vacuum? No. Conduction and convection does not take place in vacuum, but radiation takes place in vacuum. And then here the rate of transfer is slow, but in convection and radiation it is fast. Shall we go to the next one? Yes. So, we are going to see about conductors and insulators. What is that? Conductors and insulators. Shall we go? Okay. I said you right, heat is transferred from one particle to the another particle. So, the materials which allow heat to pass through them are called as conductors. The materials which allow heat to pass through them are called as conductors. So what is conductors? The materials which allow current to pass are called as conductors. Okay. So these are some of the examples of conductors: scissors, electric heater, metal wire, paper clip. So the best example is copper, because current passes through, right? So not only heat, it also allows current to pass through them. It allows current to pass through them are called as conductors. Okay. So for example, consider if one end of this scissor is heated. One end of this is heated with the help of some candle. So what happens to the heat? It allows to pass through it and reaches the next end. Yes. So these are some of the examples of conductors. The next thing is insulators. The materials which do not allow current to pass through them, current and heat to pass through them are called as insulators. The materials which do not allow to pass through them are called as insulators. See here, rubber, and then papers, glass cups, and then cotton balls. And insulators means the best examples are wood. Wood is also an insulators. Have you heard that while if you have some electrical problem, they used to wear slipper and do that work. That is mainly particularly rubber slipper. And then one more thing is they used to stand on wooden tables and chairs, not on iron or steel, because they are conductors. If for instance the current has shocked them, so if they are wearing rubber slippers and then they are standing on a wooden, they can be somewhat okay. If they are standing on iron or steel material, they may be affected a lot. So because they are good conductors of heat and electricity. Okay. So while dealing with electrical matters, we need to use insulator materials. Okay. We need to wear slippers, not with bare feet. Shall we go to the next one? Yes. So the next thing we are going to see is land and sea breeze. What is meant by land and sea breeze? What do you mean by breeze? Yes, air. The flow of air is known as breeze. We can call as wind. Okay. So what is this land and sea breeze? Now we are going to see that. Shall we go? Yes. Okay. Before entering into that, have you went to seashores? Yes. Beach areas? Yes. So how the wind which flows there you get compared to the land area? So the people, those who are along the coastal areas, they are always used to get fresh, cool air. Why? Why the people along the coastal areas used to get that cool air? Do you have any ideas? So what do you want to say? Because they have water near them. Yes? Okay, that is also one of the reason. So I am going to explain you what happens during the daytime and the night time between the land and the sea. What does this land and sea breeze means? What happens between land and sea? What is the process that takes place between land and sea during the daytime and the night time? It is called as land breeze and then sea breeze. Shall we go? Yes. The first thing which we are going to see is sea breeze. What is that? Sea breeze. Children, try to take notes. You must take. Okay. And listen carefully now. So this may be somewhat difficult for you to understand. If you listen, it is easy for you. Just understand the concepts which I am trying to tell you. Okay. So are you able to see this picture? Yes or no? So now what is the time? The sun is here. Now the time is daytime. What is the time now? Daytime. So during daytime, so it is a land area, it is a coastal area, that is the seaside. This is the sea, this is land. So what is this time? Daytime. So during daytime, listen, during daytime, the land gets heated faster. The land gets heated faster compared to the sea. So the sea does not get heated up faster. but the land gets heated